All right, everybody, it's Adam and Mike here on location, on vacation.
Episode 35.
35 of Just the Tips Podcast, available to you on YouTube and Spotify. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, so shout out to Sun Dogs, really coming through this week right now, dude. We definitely need these. What do you think?
I tell you, I plan on playing 100 rounds of golf this year, driving my car about 40,000 miles, and the time we've spent in and out of the ocean here, Sundog are the most durable sunglasses on planet Earth.
I think you said it the other day when we were playing Caledonia. Like, what'd you say? You said, yeah, I hit every single shot with these on my head. Yeah,
every shot of the year.
Face.
I stopped using any other sunglasses, and I only have the one pair of Sundogs, but I played every round of golf in 2024.
But, you know, I don't think we ever really talked about this personally. Is like you need glasses?
So I need glasses. I had LASIK surgery, so I don't need glasses for distance anymore.
Okay.
I need glasses close up.
Gotcha.
So like I got.
So you used to play with prescription sunglasses to putt?
Yeah.
Like what?
So I was nearsighted, but nearsighted like I could see to the end of my nose.
Yeah.
Right. So I would need glasses from the end of my nose to as far as to infinity. But when you go to the eye doctor, you got to get frames and you got to get lenses. They got to be prescription lenses. So you'd end up getting like a $300 pair of Oakleys and then putting $500 for the lenses in them, and your sunglasses would literally be between $800 and $1,200, right?
But then did you only wore those on the course?
Yeah, you'd wear one pair for everything.
Yeah.
You know? So only those. So having a pair of Sundogs at, most of the Sundogs, I mean, you can get some clearance ones down in the $30 range.
Yeah.
I think their top end ones are $129. $149.
Yeah, which is still amazing.
It's
and they're like the top tier. They're like the True Blue polarized.
Yeah.
Everything.
Because when I first started, I said I wanted a good pair of sunglasses. I went to Sunglasses Hut in the mall. And they're like, here's your Maui Jims for $500, and I'm like, I just got over this, right?
Yeah.
So and then I couldn't find a pair of sunglasses sub $100 that were any good. I ended up with a pair of Coach sunglasses, like the designer, like Coach bag, and they looked nice, but they fell apart real quick. But Sundogs, man, like I said, at the end of the year, we're gonna auction off my Sundogs that played all this golf, all this driving. Beach fun, sand. I had them in the ocean. I had them on the beach. I had them on the golf course this week, and they're super durable.
They're awesome. Guys, we are. This is going to be a little bit different, just because we're out on the front porch at the Airbnb down at Murrell's Inlet. So we got cars driving by, we got neighbors, whatever. But we're having a good time, and we just wanted to get a podcast out to you guys and tell you what's going on.
Yeah. So shaft wraps. Back 9 cleaner, and use the code JTT15 at checkout for your waterless golf cleaning system. And ball hawker, let's go. Time to send some balls.
Yeah. Right? We got Puddles coming through on some balls, though.
Dude.
I mean, Puddles, so we're about to meet up with Puddles tomorrow down at the ocean course.
The infamous.
The famous Puddles. He caddies there. He's been a caddy there for, let's see, he moved down in 2005, so he's been there for almost 20 years, dude.
Yep.
I can't believe that, man.
So, legendary caddy of Kiawah Golf Course. Your good friend.
Yep, and if you guys go to play Ocean Course, it is walking only, and you will need a caddy, and it is highly preferred, because the fairways are raised up, because they built all that land there. So they're all raised up, and then there's waist area down, and, you just need a caddy. And ask for Puddles.
There you go. So, just as a quick recap, because that'll probably be its own podcast. I would imagine from the front porch.
This is all
tomorrow.
This is all a pre-podcast for everything.
So last we left you guys off, we just finished playing Tot Hill Farms in Asheboro, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, oh man, I can't believe that's been a week.
Yeah. So that was
Holy
1
crap.
week ago today. Matter of fact, almost the exact same time.
Yeah. So. Played Tot Hill Farm, had an amazing experience, great people, great guys. Actually ran into the assistant pro there afterwards.
Oof.
So we're already set up for a match come Thanksgiving.
Yep. So 10 o'clock on Black Friday. We got to somehow be in Asheboro, North Carolina.
We have to eat dinner with our family in New York and then somehow be ready to play in Asheboro, North Carolina.
I think it's going to be easy. I think it's not going to be that big of a deal. Yep. Out of the car, first tee, 75. Let's go.
All right. So Tot Hill Farms is absolutely amazing. Shout out to Mike Strantz. I mean, dude, the guy is just amazing.
Yeah, and again, go back to the last podcast. It's a little hard to hear. We had some audio stuff. I'm not as loud.
We did it live.
We did it live,
so that wasn't like recorded. Normally we would record our stuff earlier in the week just to kind of get it all set up and squared away, edited.
Yep.
But not that one.
So just a recap of Tot Hill, just from real quick from my perspective, if you couldn't hear me, love the course. They built the course to my specifications. Like, they're like, how far do you draw it? We'll just build the course like that. But literally, I said it's got to be the best course, but I've always said Caledonia is the best course, but we got a chance to play Caledonia just a couple days later.
So a couple days later, we end up playing True Blue in the morning, Caledonia in the afternoon.
Yep. So, maybe we shouldn't, because Caledonia and True Blue are such good partners, because they really are. But Asheboro and Tot Hill is a destination. Like nobody's accidentally in Asheboro, Asheboro for any other reason.
You're not vacationing in there and being like, hey, I wonder what courses are around.
Right.
Like, you're going there to play that.
So that's a destination course, and it feels like it. Where True Blue and Caledonia are Myrtle Beach famous staples. Just the same way, like, you got to go out onto the pier, and have a beer and look at the Ferris wheel. You have to play True Blue and Caledonia in a day, in that order. But they're set up for that. You're going to make your tee time online. You're going to bag drop. You're going to range, first tee, and away you go.
Just perfect, well-run, well-oiled machine there. Like, the guys, when we got there in the morning, I mean, we were getting there when they were getting there. We were there before the pro shop opened. The cart guys were there. So, I mean, the cart dudes are showing up. They got to be getting there like 5:30 because they had carts already pulled up.
Yeah.
Fin scooters, baby.
Oh, come on. They're so much fun. As a matter of fact, check out the short that Mike put together of the fin scooters, which blew up on TikTok, over 13,000 views. Yeah. A lot of folks going. We love fin scooters, other folks going. Our course doesn't allow outside vehicles of any sort on the course.
So here's the deal with that. And I would love, I'm going to reach out to fin scooters. Mainly because I don't think a lot of courses, whether it's the head pro that needs to arrange it, or the course needs to arrange it, I don't think they understand the logistics of bringing those in, leasing them or renting them or whatever. But I will say this: we paid fin scooters directly.
So you use the app. And you go and you pick out the bike, and I get the lime green one to go with my bag, and you get.
I wanted that one.
No,
I will never lime green nothing.
I'm the Green Ranger. Okay, I'm the Green Power Ranger. Okay, but you take your phone.
Wasn't that like the fifth out of the five? He was like the bottom.
I never watched it. I know.
He didn't even have like a real power.
No. Is there even a Green Ranger? Not a lime green. Anyway, so you take your phone out, scan the QR code. It was $32 to use them for the day. Just you put your credit card in there, and the minute you hit it, you're like, hey, you got this thing for 5 hours. It started freaking you out.
Yeah, it started a little early because we were there early because we needed to set up everything. And I was like, dude, I think I'm going to be, this thing's going to shut off on the 16th hole. But it didn't.
No.
But I think like the logistics of it, I think the only negative to a course having it is charging them.
Oh. Yeah, so again, I'm sure they need their own charging banks, and if you got a certain amount of electric carts, you might not have room for those.
But
it looks like if you had an 18-hole course and Finn dropped off a dozen of these things, right, and you just lined them up in front of the pro shop, it would just everybody would take them. Now, we talked to a pro that was anti-Finn or anti-outside scooter, and his thing was people will be jumping them off of bridges, and they'll be doing donuts and everything. Now, when you're on these things, they feel incredibly fast.
Yeah.
But then we go back and look at the video, and it's like, do-do-do-do-do, and you kind of...
I felt a lot cooler on them than I looked in the video.
But I think it does two things. One, it's an awesome way to play golf. It's just so much fun. But two, I think it speeds up the pace of play.
I think it does too, dude. I was going to say that. I wasn't sure what you were going to say there. I think it 100% speeds up play if you're not jerking around.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this: in any head pro or golf course's defense, when you scan that thing, it gives you all these things, and you got to check that you accept, and you know, I think the liability would be on Finn.
Well, I think it would be on. They absolve themselves of liability by making you check the waiver on
right,
that.
and I think they're absolving it for the whole aspect. So I think they're doing it for them, but also the course that they're on. That there's no liability. I think
that's the same thing when you rent a golf course,
a
cart. Like I can remember back in the Rondout days in the '80s, there was a carbon copy, thing that you'd have to sign that said that if you hurt yourself on there, you wouldn't hold the course liable. I think, and we can find out with our favorite Kingston-based lawyer, John DeGasperis.
Yeah.
But I would think that
Law by John.
The day that you take a golf cart out there, you assume the liability unless it's there's a manufacturing flaw.
Yeah.
Like that steering wheel comes off and
right.
Yeah.
But who's to say you didn't rip that steering wheel out? You know what I mean? It's like
that's why they're lawyers.
Yeah, but there's all these. I don't know. I just think I think they're equivalent based on stupidity, right?
Sure.
There was a couple instances when we, like I said, you said we thought we were going way faster. We were going around turns and it was a little wet, and there was that straw on the.
It was like pine needles, wet pine needles on concrete.
So we thought hey, we might be a little slippery here, but we also thought we were going a lot faster. So there's probably absolutely no chance of anything happening there. But it was an amazing time.
Most fun way to play golf.
It sure
speeds up the game, and you look awesome doing it.
Dude,
you feel awesome doing it.
It's just cool because everything that we've talked about in pace of play is listen, you go to your ball, I'm going to go to my ball.
Yep. And we're there getting there at
same time.
And the same speed of golf. Like when we made the turn at True Blue, Myrtle Beach does this a lot, where let this that thing's sitting on 20s.
That thing's
huge. That thing's gigantic. It's almost the size of a regular pickup truck. A lot of Myrtle Beach courses, to beat the heat, they go off, morning tee times go off of 1 and 10 simultaneously, right? So we were the first group out at True Blue, and when we made the turn, we caught the last group going off at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was like a pair of husbands and wives that were playing in 2 carts. And when somebody didn't hit a good shot or somebody sprayed it, and over here, you realize, like, when the two of you were in a cart and you're playing a big boy course like True Blue, and you're covering a lot of property, and you're on the left and you're on the right.
You hooked the ball.
Yep, I hooked the ball and you sliced the ball. We could be 300 yards away from one another.
Yeah, and there's nothing fun about that because, to be honest, it's like you're sitting there, you don't know whether to, like, hey, should I sit here, let him hit his shot? Whose ball should we go to first? Should I walk over there? It's just like, dude, you don't even have to worry about that. Fin scooters are. And listen, I promise you guys this: if you go to a course that has fin scooters and it's a little extra money, it is completely worth it. Yeah. It is completely worth it. I think everybody that we've told to directly, like the pro, a couple of these other guys, they're like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like, dude,
you don't know.
It's way cooler when you do it.
Yeah. So shout out to Fin Scooters. If you want to send us to for bragging you guys up, we'll take them.
Yeah. But at Christmas time, you don't have to do it now. Don't worry. When you come out with the new colors or something like that.
Exactly. For Christmas. For Christmas, I'm a lime green Fin Scooter. Yeah. Size Fin Scooter.
Size me.
Yeah. But this is our second crack at True Blue. Mm-hmm. It's a big boy course. We've said it before. It's a monstrous amount of property. It is super well laid out. We were there first thing in the morning, dew on the course, sun coming up over there.
Cart path only for a little bit, just because it rained the night before and it was kind of like wet out as we were getting there.
Yep.
So cart path only for a few holes. But, dude, I was pumped because last time we played, I had never seen it. You never did either.
Nope.
But
and we were there first tee time, but it was 8 in the morning at 42 degrees, I think.
Oh, last time,
it was like the day after Thanksgiving.
This time we were wet again, but from sweat.
But just such a dramatic course. When you pull up, the clubhouse is relatively unassuming from the front. From when you pull up, the bag drop, the practice area, all that stuff's great. But you have to take a cart path, quite a ways over to the first tee, underneath the building
back porch.
And when you get to the first tee, it just opens up, and it's this huge, dramatic, long par five.
Par 5.
And then by the time you get up to the green,
200-yard carry over marsh.
It's a big time.
Then there's a cart path going across the fairway on your second shot. Then there's water going in front of the green.
But I think the first hole sets the tone for the day when you realize that this course is gigantic. And just like Tot Hill Farms, the drives are relatively innocuous. They're so big and they're so wide. Just hit the ball anywhere, and it usually hits a piece of ground. It's what happens after that that gets kooky. Yeah,
and I think seeing Tot Hill Farm helped me play and understand True Blue and Mike Strantz a little bit better. He doesn't make these holes super long to make them tough.
No.
He makes you have to hit a good second shot, and like his par 5s aren't 600 yards.
They're 459, some of them.
But you have to lay up on your second shot.
Yep, I mean, always something in the middle.
You know, we're not long enough off the tee to hit a a 220 in the air carry over something and hold a green.
Yep.
And I think that helped me play True Blue a lot better. Than I did last time.
So one of the things that I noticed too is I'm always a big fan of short par 3s. You know, I'm over the 205-yard par 3, right? So the first par 3 at True Blue, last time we played, I remember very specifically it was 185 carry, right? We get up there today, or when we played, 142.
142,
right? So that green could play 40 yards difference, no problem. Could probably play more than that, you know? I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because, I mean, and it's not a tougher shot when it's longer like that. It's still the same shot. You just got to hit a longer club. You know, because of the way that green sets up. But really cool hole, dude. And I think you had a birdie. You almost made a birdie there. Right?
I went bogey, birdie, par. So almost made a birdie.
You birdied number 2.
But
from the sand again, dude. You were hitting that club. And I'm like, and you were like, hey, I think on the tee you were like, just a little fade here, or no, I'm going to start it over the tree.
Over the tree with a draw, tin cup style.
And you hit it over the tree without a draw,
just straight.
And I'm like, what is he doing? There's all, like you just said just now, like there's all this grass out there.
And I'm in the sand waste pine area.
Number 4 though, the crescent hole.
So last year when we played number 4, the crescent hole, we both had just over 200 yards to the pin, and you thought it was a good idea to try and clear the water. And when it's 45 degrees,
I knew it wasn't a good idea, but I thought it would be a good idea.
And you're wearing 9 layers. You dunked one in, but I'm like, well, I'm ahead of him, and I'm like, I got last, and I'm gonna hit a draw around the corner, and then I hit it in the lake.
I think we both hit them, and we both hit them good, and we thought it was going to be close.
Still didn't get there.
And it wasn't even close.
We were coming up 10 yards short of the pond. So this year, it was important for us to play that hole well. And especially you, because we made a nice video about it. It's getting some love here. How'd you do on the crescent hole?
Well, I don't want to give it away.
Just watch the video. Crescent hole showdown for big bucks. So I know we don't want to go hole by hole, especially for time's sake.
Although we did have to stop on that hole because we had to hide under the tunnel because of the downpour.
Myrtle in the summertime these days,
you're gonna get wet.
It's like,
and then things will not dry.
No.
So remember Puerto Rico when we were hanging stuff over the balcony to dry and it just never dried.
Exactly.
That's like our beach stuff downstairs.
It's a running joke. When it gets wet, it's wet forever. But here's the thing: is like I said, we won't take the time to go hole by hole. But
we will in other videos.
Exactly. And you're gonna see it. We shot you were saying just an absolute truckload of video.
Oh,
and stuff
so
like
much
that.
stuff. My computer is probably smoking.
But the course is as great as I remember. It's extraordinarily challenging. The par 5s are gigantic. The par 3s are reasonable. The par 4s are memorable. And again, if you get a chance, just go down to True Blue.
You have to
tell
play
Adam
both.
and Mike.
You really do. If you're gonna go there and you're just like thinking, like, hey, which one of these two should I play? Just play both. Just take a day. And we talked about this like a month ago. Like, how much golf are we gonna play on the strip? Like that day, I count that as 1 day golf.
Yeah,
Even though we play 2 rounds, it's just 1 day golf.
So well, the thing is
get in that much trouble.
No, but it's so convenient. And they make it crazy convenient. And even the one guy was like, "Hey, if you don't have your car, you can take my van," because the courses are kind of shared. As a matter of fact, Caledonia doesn't have its own driving range. It's got a great practice facility, but no driving range. So if you're only playing Caledonia, 2 minutes away, you have to go use the range at True Blue.
But play both.
So
and then we shot over to Caledonia.
And again, I don't care how many times you drive up that driveway. It must have been a plantation because they had to plant those trees there. They didn't plant them in 1994. They didn't plant those trees 30 years ago to look like that today.
Mike Strantz is magic.
Magic.
It was probably some sort of some sort of plantation,
some kind of great house.
I think it has to be. Well, let's look that up. All right. We'll put that in the description at some point.
But I mean, every golf course in the world has its tree-lined grand entrance. But this with the mossy oak, hanging down, Spanish moss. By the way, did you see the one tree kind of hangs a little bit too far down? So there's a sign. It's like, hey, if you're like a truck or something, like you gotta go around it.
I didn't see that. No.
I can imagine,
we'll
box
do the drone shot of it though.
I love it. But and it's the same thing. You pull up on that clubhouse, and the way it sits on the inlet, and just the marshes and everything behind it. It's tremendous. It's just absolutely tremendous.
Have you followed True Blue Caledonia on Instagram or TikTok or anything? I could watch that video every single time. People who know about it or have been there before or never been there before, they film it and they post it, and then Caledonia reshares it.
Yep.
So it's the same video over and over again, but I watch it every single time,
dude. Because again, I haven't played every golf course in the world, but I know when you drive up that entrance, it's just absolutely incredible. So no fin scooters at Caledonia, and they were saying a little wet. And since there's no GPS on them, they didn't want us to get in the wet spots with them, so they said no fin scooters, which was probably okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
18 holes of fin scooters is.
I mean, it would have been cool.
I would have done it again, but it wasn't that disappointing. If we didn't get any fin scooters, that'd have been crushed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So, I mean, again, Caledonia is Caledonia. It's unbelievable. In the summertime, you know what's great though? We played it in the fall. It was beautiful and lush. We played it in the summer. It's beautiful and lush. And they keep saying that's not the right time to play it. They said end of March.
Yeah.
They said the azalea. I go, it's beautiful. The flowers, everything. I go, it can't get any better than this. They said no. It doesn't look quite right now.
What can we do in the spring? Spring break?
Spring break.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Let's go. Spring break, Myrtle Beach, and actually, my daughter's got spring golf, so we do try and get away every year, as long as the weather's with us. Absolutely.
All right.
So, but that's not what we came here to talk to you guys about today. Tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, we're going to be on the first tee of one of America's greatest golf courses.
Yeah, Ocean Course at Kiawah Island. Yeah.
So we've been talking about it on this podcast since podcast number 1. So this is 35 consecutive podcasts we've talked to, at least in some way, about Kiawah, because it commands that kind of attention, and you have a personal attachment.
Well, I used to work there. All right, so it's a course that I didn't know a ton about when I moved down to Charleston. And all I just heard was like amazing things. So I go to start working there, and I mean, I went to work on my first day, and I was like, this is my spot, dude.
Yeah,
this is my spot. I mean, the range was on the ocean. The land between the front nine is a link style, so it goes out and back, and then the back nine goes out and back, and in between is driving range on oceanfront. Like, nobody uses oceanfront for a driving range. They could have built houses or the clubhouse, all these things, and they're using it as driving range. It's amazing. So I knew right then and there, I'm like, this is my spot.
Yeah. So, again, if you think, when they talk about the top 5 courses in America, top 1, 2, 3 always come up, Pebble Beach, TPC, Sawgrass, and Kiawah. And nobody can agree with the top one. So, like I said, we're arguably playing the greatest course in America.
Dude, so, I mean, we're definitely playing the greatest in South Carolina. I mean, that's
not even in question.
Yeah, no question. We could say East Coast, we could say America. Dude, I think it regularly comes in the top 20 of toughest courses in America.
Yeah.
Regularly. Yeah, dude, you're in for a treat, man.
I can't wait.
And we got a storm brewing.
So there is a storm coming up the coast, but as it's been well documented, that doesn't
Kiawah
stop.
bubble, dude. There's a Kiawah bubble, just like, kind of like Disney.
Yeah.
There's a Kiawah bubble.
All right.
So hopefully we get lucky.
So we're about 3 hours away here in Murrell.
To the ocean course. So we're about 2 hours from Charleston.
So tomorrow, what's the plan? Because we have a 10:40 tee time, and we got a lot of work to do. So what time are we leaving? Where are we going? What are we doing?
Well, let's see. So let's just say it takes 3 hours, and we want to be
7:40.
there of an hour warm up. So that's 9:40.
Yep.
So that means 6:40.
6:40.
Plus, camera stuff. And
Yeah.
So I say we get there.
6.
I say we leave at 6.
6. Okay.
So we leave at 6.
Any worry about Monday morning traffic on the way down?
So most of I don't really know, dude. I mean, Charleston's changed since I've been there.
Okay. All right.
So basically downtown. Oh, you're trying to get in? No.
Right.
We'll get there before the car kids. But no, I think if we get there at like 9.
Mm-hmm. So if we leave at 6, get there at 9, gives us an hour and 40 minutes before we tee off. Now it's you and me, and Puddles.
And Puddles playing.
Yeah.
And a buddy. And then we got Rybo, who has also been there for probably longer than Puddles.
Yeah.
Caddying for me and you.
All right.
And then we have.
He carries both bags. I've never had a caddy on the course. He carries both bags.
Both bags, dude. Both
No
bags.
problem. And he does it every day. Right?
Go around that side, lady. Mama Romano. So yeah, we always carry.
Two bags. I'm exhausted after carrying my own bag. But is it less exhausted not playing? It would seem like it'd be more exhausting not playing and carrying
you're
two
making
bags.
money, so it's kind of worth it. But
you're
honest,
not carrying shingles up a ladder.
I'll be honest, like carrying 2 bags almost evens you out. You know what I mean? Like kind of balances you out. So
everybody's got a wacky bag. Like my bag, I love the way it feels. You don't mind the way your bag feels, but it's gotta be strange for caddies to carry other people's bags.
I think you get used to it. Sometimes if people have crappy bags, they take a strap off of one of the rental sets, or we had extra straps where it's a straight strap for the left side, because if you have the right strap, it's kind of curved to go onto your right shoulder. Mm-hmm. We'll go straight strap on the left side.
Right. You go both bags carrying like this?
Yeah, one on the back and one on the front.
Well, like I said,
no, 2 bags, and then kind of like hold your arms over where the club heads are.
Gotcha.
You guys will see.
What's our breakfast situation tomorrow?
There is a really good gas station that has a mean chicken, egg, and cheese biscuit on the way out.
All right.
I mean, I don't know what that's going to mean when they get down to Kiawah, but
all right.
No, we'll see. I don't know.
And we're playing. We've said it 100 times. We're not playing tips, but we're not even playing the second one's back, which are like the professional teams. We're playing 3 up.
Yeah, which is still 67.50.
Okay, in the wind.
Into the wind, in a hurricane.
Yep. In the rain tomorrow.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see.
All right. Well, like I said, man, I couldn't be more pumped.
Puddles doesn't hit the ball very far.
No.
No. He won't play. He'll play. I think they're the Blues. He'll play the Blues with it, but he won't go further back.
All right. No. Well, like I said, this was just a quick podcast here on vacation, on location, on the front porch of our Airbnb. A mere 24 hours before our date with Destiny at Kiawah Island. Yeah. Long story short, though, I'll tell you right now, I don't care if it's a hurricane. I'm playing this course. But
what are you going to shoot?
Me? I've been calling my shot all week, including the 85 at Wachisaw. I don't know why I thought I was going to play bad there and then did.
Shout out to Wachisaw, by the way.
Oh,
we didn't give Wachisaw any love.
Well, they're 4 minutes away. They've been really, really cool to us here as far as a great practice facility. I got a chance to play a quick 18 the other day with Maddie and Jamie. But I want to say 80 pops in my head because every time I play a new course that I love, I have a putt for par on the last hole and I miss it and I shoot an 80 instead of a 79. So But you know, this is a big boy course.
Dude,
so.
if you break 80 at the ocean course your first time, that'd be freaking awesome.
So that should be the goal. So courses so far, 78 at Tot Hill, 78 at 78 at True Blue, 75 at Caledonia. Can we back it up? 85 watches. So can we back it up though with a sub 80 round at Kiawah First Blush? But again, like you said, the caddies are there to help you. Your course knowledge is ridiculous.
So here's the deal. I'm not even going to help you at all. Rybo's reading your putts for you, dude. You better listen to everything he says.
How many? But again, there's 4 professional caddies in this group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should be able to get.
One,
I should be able to get
3, 4, 5. So 5.
5 professional caddies in the group that have all been on this course for a decade or more. I should get some good advice on where to hit the ball.
And
so,
listen to them.
Yeah, between the 5 of you, you should direct me around pretty good.
So I think it would be me and you versus Puddles, and I think Hughes is playing with us, which will be cool.
Yeah.
And he's a Southern kid, so he gets to play golf.
Did we punch our handicaps into?
I'm up to a 10.
And I'm a 10. And I'm a 10-3. But I want to see handicap calculator. How do you spell Kiawah?
Kiawah.
Kiawah Island Club, Kiawah Island Club, Kiawah Island Club, Kiawah Island Resort, Kiawah Island Resort.
No, it's saying it right there. The course right underneath. So you got
river,
turtle, cougar, osprey, ocean right there.
All right, so punch in ocean. Adam Paddock. Oh, select the tees. Championship black, gold,
Does
silver,
it show
blue.
yardage?
It doesn't show yardage. Red, blue.
Go gold. No, so
champion
you
black,
champion.
gold.
Hang on. Yeah, gold.
All right, done. So that makes me a 6. And
Up from a 2-4.
I'm all the way up to a 3-1. So from a 3-1 to a 6.
Wow.
What do you think you are? From again, this is the 3rd tees up from the back.
That would probably make me like a 16.
You're a 15.
15.
You're a 15. So like I said, and it says here that I should only give you 9, which I like. So 6 over. It's par 72, I assume.
Par 72.
All right, so there's 78. All you gotta do is shoot my handicap.
You gonna do it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
So place your bets. DraftKings, Caesar's betting app. Does Adam break 80 at Kiawah? First blush.
Can Adam break 80 at Kiawah? Good video.
Yeah.
You guys won't know it'll probably take us a month to get that footage out and together, especially if you shoot 90. It's going to take even longer. So here's the deal. Make it easy for me and shoot 70.
Oh, there you go. So it's not editing. Yeah, there you go. So I love
Adam break 80 at the ocean course.
Well, listen, here will be the big question is we're headed to Margaritaville. It depends on how many margaritas and
yeah, but it's for early dinner.
Early dinner?
I think we're doing early dinner, like late lunch at Margaritaville.
I love that for us.
So that gives us a little time to recover.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, like I said, next podcast will be next Sunday. Mike and I will be back home for about 3 days, basking in the afterglow of the Myrtle Beach epic golf and beach vacation.
I don't want to go back.
So we always look at houses when we're away. And down the street, $750,000, the new Just the Tips world headquarters.
No. Just like a mini headquarters.
The Mid-Atlantic regional office.
There you go.
Of Just the Tips here at Murrell's Inlet, which is just a beach house. There's actually nothing special about it as far as the headquarters go.
The fact that it's here makes it special. Murrell's Inlet, great place to stay.
Yeah,
pretty chill. Not in the touristy part of Myrtle Beach, but. We can everything's still really a close
Huntington Beach is where it's at.
Huntington Beach, guys, go there instead of the busy spots.
It's a state park. It costs a little bit. The nicest public bathrooms I've ever been in. Not the nicest beach bathrooms. The nicest public bathrooms I've ever seen in my life. The beach is awesome. The ice cream shop is amazing, and it's only a couple of bucks to get in, and it's not busy.
We gotta go to hopefully Tuesday we can go.
To what?
To the beach.
Oh, we are. Even if it's raining.
Dude, we were there yesterday.
We were in the rain. So,
All right,
that said, I'm Adam.
I'm Mike.
Just the Tips. Woo!